have you not been able to hear me? This reading, I have been fighting to get this reading. Can you hear me now? Okay. Have you not heard anything I've said? What did you miss? Huh. Alright. Well, as you see, this is Mercury retrograde at its finest. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. I'm going to start over. I'm going to start completely over. If you don't mind, I'm going to start over. I'm so sorry. I did not know you could not hear me. But there was a message there, and at the beginning, people could hear me because they were responding, and they weren't saying anything about not hearing me. But thank you if you stuck it out with me, and thank you, Kailash, for letting me know that you could not hear me. Maybe that message was just for me. It was the same message we've been getting, and it had to do with shadow work and using meditation and being still and being quiet. We're just going to start over. I'm going to start completely over. I think it may have been working at first and it quit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Alright, so let's just start over. Spirit, can you please help me to get a message to this collective tonight? I have been fighting so hard to get this message out. This is the third time I've had to start this reading over. What in the world is going on? What in the world is really going on here? We're fighting against something, collective. There's somebody, the song that came through for the reading was Stand By Me by Dave Finley. It's like, you need somebody to stand by you. And we all need that. And it's like someone may not have that. Or you might feel like you don't. I don't know. I'm here though, and it's after midnight. I gotta work tomorrow. But it happens. So we have some negativity, so that could be part of the problem. It's also Mercury retrograde. And in Mercury retrograde, communication fouls all to pieces. Like, it's almost probably a good idea to skip doing videos during retrograde because it's just such a task. I've been having trouble with the phones all night. Woo! You see that? We got some negativity going on here. Oh yeah, we're going to clear this out. Holy Spirit, please take over. Protect us from all of this negativity. Help us to clear our energy and to start over. Nothing wrong with starting over. You can't help it if the sound messes up. Ooh, the smoke is really strong. Cleanse this space and make it holy and for your purposes and your purposes only, Spirit. Cleanse this space. Thank you so very much. We definitely have something negative going on here. You guys rock. Thank you for sticking it out and letting me know that you couldn't hear me. I really appreciate you. Alright, so I'm going to start over. And I'm going to go back to this deck right here. And we're going to see what comes out this time. Alright, Spirit. What's going on in this collective? May I see, please? There's that compassion. That's what came out last time. There's your integrity, but it's upright. You just don't have any peace. So you do have integrity and compassion. You just don't have any peace. And you also have kindness. That was also here. So I'm going to leave these here. And stewardship was the same card that was on the top of the deck a while ago. Your integrity was in reverse. Your compassion was upright. And you had a couple other things too. But I can't remember what they were. You know how it goes. Alright, so now I'm going to pull rocks on these like I did. Rocks for your integrity. Why is your integrity here? Why are you having integrity? Because of your family, being inspired, and your family again. So you're having integrity because of your family and being inspired. Beautiful. Why are you compassionate? Because of focusing on kindness. You have honor. You're blessed. And you have hope. Alright. Why don't you have any peace? Because of a commitment. Your health. Oh, your health is struggling. And you need peace. You're blessed. Your commitment is here. Your health is here. And you're blessed. Being blessed, commitment, and health. This healing could be your shadow work. You have no peace. And it was insinuating in the last reading that I did that someone was struggling with their faith. Okay? Why is kindness here? Spirit was trying to teach someone trust. Kindness is here because of accepting, believing, and having passion. Okay, now I want to look back at the book like I did before. Instant Magic Oracle, what message would you give this collective? May I have a message, please? We had to start over because they didn't hear us the first time. What message would you give us, Holy Spirit? Intuition challenge. What does a bird mean to you? How do you connect with this image? What does a bird mean to you, and how do you connect with this image? Well, when I look at a bird, I think of my baby Cosmo. Or I think of freedom. Being able to fly. Being able to get high up in the sky. Being able to see things from Spirit's perspective. And maybe even, you know, leaving this world and doing something like, what do you call it? When you meditate and you, what is it, transcendental meditation or something like that? So what does a bird mean to you? For some reason, Spirit wants to talk about birds. Let me check on mine real quick. You okay, Bubba? Bubba was sleeping so good when I picked the cover up, he opened his eye and closed it back. Cosmo was sleeping so good when I picked the cover up to make sure, because he wasn't moving. Usually when I touch him, he'll twitch. But he didn't do that this time. And when I picked that cover up to look at him, he was asleep, and he popped his eye open and closed it back. He was like, leave me alone, Mama, I'm sleeping. Alright, so we're going to continue to go with what we were doing. I was using this Oracle by, the Divine Energy Oracle by Sonia Touchette, or whatever, Touchette. What happened here, Spirit? What caused this? May I see, please? What caused this situation that it has something to do with stand by me. You need someone to stand by you, or you need to stand by someone. Alright, talk to me. Accept disappointments gracefully. So something disappointed you, and you didn't take it very well, is what this is saying. Alright, what's being hidden? That you won't take the lead. You need to take the lead, but you won't. And what's being shown? It might be that you need to make the first move on a situation, and you won't. Alright, what's being shown? That you need to forgive and forget and live life to the fullest. Same card, live life to the fullest, was over here a while ago. Okay, so you had a disappointment and you didn't take it very well. And secretly, you are not going to take the lead. I don't know what that means. Maybe you were hoping to get the lead in some kind of job or some kind of performance, and you didn't get the lead. Somebody else did. Or maybe you didn't take the lead, meaning like someone gave you some information and you didn't follow the instructions. And what you're showing is that you're just gonna forgive and forget and live life to the fullest. Good for you. All right, what's gonna happen next? There's a lot to happen next. You're going to face your shadow. Spirit is insisting that we face that shadow, collective. You're going to be of service. And you're going to make a plan. You're going to come up with a plan. Somehow you're going to serve someone. You're going to work for someone. You're going to help someone. And you're going to face your shadow. On the bottom of the deck is you're going to build on solid ground. And it said in these other cards that you were getting ready to have a new chapter begin in your life. I'm not going to pull one for each segment because they were rather long. But I am going to ask Spirit for a message. Whoa. Jeez Louise, Spirit. I wasn't trying to get the whole deck now. Spirit might be trying to tell me you're going to do one for each section. May I have a message, please? There we go. Okay, this came out a while ago, too. Legacy. East and yellow. Lover to lover and parents to child. We unite and live on throughout the ages, generation upon generation. What will be your story? Remember that you are part of an expansive human family, past, present, future, and all are traveling together on this boat named Earth. Through our journey, I keep saying it wrong, though our journey may be experienced differently, our destination, our home is shared. Each journey is intertwined. You are at the beginning of a new cycle. See, that's what I was saying. You're at the beginning of a new cycle within your own story. Your parents have their own separate stories, and all three stories are agreed, and all their, all three. Your parents and you, all three of your stories are agreed upon, predetermined, but still separate. You have responsibility, and see, responsibility came out a while ago. It didn't come out this time, but it came out a while ago. You are at the beginning of a new cycle within your own story. Your parents have their own separate stories, and all three were agreed upon, predetermined, but still separate. You have responsibility, and you have an expected path, but expectations can be broken. Your inner child has a chance to reframe inherited pain. Negative genetics wither away in the joy of knowing, with higher awareness and in new positive cycles. So what this is basically saying is you have a story, something happened to you in childhood, And I was telling in the first video that my father was murdered 42 years ago today. And every year on July 23rd, I remember his death. And it had such a huge impact on my life. It changed the entire course of my life, because promises can be broken. It's predestined, it's predetermined, but still separate. You have responsibility and expected path, but expectations can be broken. Your inner child has a chance to reframe inherited pain. Negative genetics wither away in the joy of knowing with higher awareness and in new positive cycles. So this gives me the feeling that you're somebody who had a lot of pain in your childhood. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to stop allowing that pain to dictate your future, because you no longer have to, you can rewrite this story. You can start a whole new chapter now. And that's how you're going to face your shadow. Be of service and make a plan, okay? And on the picture, it shows a young girl. So it could be a feminine, but it doesn't have to be. And Spirit, number 22, also came out a while ago. It's north and white. Life is a journey shrouded by a veil of uncertainty. Its path stretched exclusively before you. As you live your journey, it is your faith in Spirit that is the catalyst and the torch that moves you forward and lights the way. Fortunately, Spirit lives in all of us. The Pathfinder Shaman walks the trail before you, lending his hand in the form of extraordinary symbols. But this shaman is frightening at first, because you are not sure what he is presenting to you. What is that he's carrying? A cross? If that doesn't resonate, what would? Perhaps a lightning bolt or a beautiful clay pot? What are your symbols? What is the central tree or post of your foundation? The Pathfinder stands in the physical, but is overcome with the beauty of Spirit. He offers all of his wisdom to you. Go deeply within to find that blue sky, your center. So you need to find your center, and we were told to get grounded. If you look at this picture, what do you see? Do you see he has this cross that he's carrying? Do you resonate with a cross when it comes to your faith? Or do you resonate more with some other symbol? We all have Spirit within us. And the cross being carried like this is a symbol of carrying a burden. So I'm feeling that you may be carrying a burden from childhood that's still keeping you stuck. And it's time for you to make a plan, to be of service, and face your shadow. Okay? Alright, now, I'm going to put these away. These are very profound cards. I don't use them very often. And I had to get my big butt in my pajamas up and go get them. So I was determined to use them since you couldn't hear me the first time. I love these cards. I should start using these older cards again like I used to and go back to change. I should change things up. Okay, I was going to use this, and we're going to do this again. Show me what happened here. Simplicity. Things were simple. This was very simple, but you couldn't accept disappointment gracefully. Okay? What was being hidden? You didn't have any happiness because there was no truth and no thriving. So you felt like someone lied to you about thriving. Alright, and what's being shown? That going forward you're going to have wisdom. And what's going to happen next? You're going to have fulfillment. That's beautiful. And purity. You're going to be fulfilled and have your purity. That's beautiful. And you're going to also be more flexible. So this is all teaching you to be more flexible. And it's leading to you being fulfilled and pure. You're going to have integrity because of your family and being inspired. Your family inspires you to have integrity. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. I love this. Okay, let's go deeper and find out more about how this happened. Help me, Spirit, to know what to do. I want to get one card or whatever comes out. I'm going to not limit Spirit, because Spirit can give us whatever Spirit wants to give us out of this. Alright, Spirit, show me more about the situation. Oh my God, that's a lot of cards. Alright. Somehow you had attachments to deceit and no appreciation. And a while ago it was saying that you had no gratitude. You had no appreciation for yin and yang. And the sun on the bottom of the deck. Alright, now I'm going to tell you what all this means. Because it sounds very sporadic, like it sounds very disconnected. But it is connected, I can assure you. Spirit is never wrong. I can be wrong, but Spirit's not. And that's why I like to tell you what the book says, so you can decide for yourself. Attachment upright. In the upright position, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. That stuff that keeps you stuck could be physical addiction, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. So, and this goes back to that family and your childhood. It could be stuff that happened to you in childhood that is keeping you stuck to these unhealthy attachments. That's number 5. Now, deceit came out in reverse. Number 25. Let's see what that means. He looks like the pure devil. And I'm not even kidding when I say he looks like the devil. And look, this is what you were attached to. This is what you were attached to. A past that may have been full of deceit. Let's see what Spirit's saying. Reversing this card, receiving this card reversed puts you on notice that the deceit of the past is over or about to end. Perhaps some entity at work is being dissolved. Enmity at work is being dissolved. Or maybe a more open communication has developed in your personal life. Be assured that the negative and dishonest energy is on its way out. And that was that negativity I was picking up. It's on its way out. And take advantage of a new peaceful and open environment, one where you will be able to forge more success and greater comfort. On a deeper level, this card reversed is telling you that the period of self-deceit is over. You are now ready to see the abiding truth of your own value, power, and deserving. It may take continued effort, but your honesty with yourself regarding these truths will bring you greater value into your life. Alright, and then we have no appreciation and yin and yang, both in reverse, number 15 and number 22. So there's a problem with appreciation, but it's in reverse. So let's see what it's saying. The appreciation card reversed is warning that you're missing some important opportunities. You've lost your sense of gratitude and have gotten caught up in prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. Stop focusing on what you don't have, even if it seems to be a lot. Instead, find something to appreciate about yourself and your life. Choose to focus on the little things with gratitude and acknowledgement. Your refusal to appreciate even the small pleasures will cause them to drop from your hands and will keep you stuck in some of your problem patterns, causing you to lament your lack even more. Let go of this negative focus and spend time every day acknowledging what you have to be grateful for. Remember, the more you appreciate your life, the more your life will appreciate into value. So you are having trouble appreciating because you have so much lack. Over here, it's like there's no truth when it comes to thriving. They won't tell you the truth about thriving. You're happy. Secretly, you're happy, but it's not because of the truth when it comes to thriving, is what I'm getting. And that you won't take the lead, or maybe you can't take the lead. Yin and Yang, number 22. This is about that cycle being over and your darkness and your light coming together. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into and out of your experience. It's in its upright position. It heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time It's an especially good time for completion. So wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So open up these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. So being more than acting is the intention. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine your present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call... Oh wait, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm reading the upright. Hold on. I've done this before. Somebody needed to hear that. This card reverse reveals a yang cycle, which is one of active outgoing energy. This time calls for a more logical approach to things, but the logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings. See, I was telling you all wrong. Somebody told you all wrong. Sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang time. I am open to understanding the cycle I am in, and I am willing to utilize the energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. And we possess male and female energy, which is what yin and yang represents. It also represents good and evil. And in this situation, you're in a yang cycle where you need to put more, you need to step up and lead, but you're not. You need to detach from this deceit from your past, but it doesn't look like you might be doing that. Maybe, I don't know. And you don't appreciate the cycle that you're in. You have no appreciation for the cycle that you're in. This right here is keeping you stuck. This is what's keeping you stuck. And this is where you really need to look at your shadow work. And we're going to look at that in just a minute. We have the sun as what you don't see coming. You're going to come through this and you're going to be wiser going forward when you do. This is teaching you a lot of wisdom. The sun is upright. New beginnings and great creativity. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing the truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart, mind, like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create and know the sun is shining on your intentions now. And see, that's what you're going to have to do to get through all of this and get to this fulfillment and your purity. You're going to make a plan. You're going to be of service or work, and you're going to have to face your shadow. And this is your shadow right here. You have attachments, and it has to do with somehow deceit that happened to you, maybe when you were younger, and you have no appreciation for the cycle you're in right now. And let me tell you something. The hardest things that we go through in life are when we learn the most. And it's saying right here that going forward, you're going to have more wisdom. Because the situation you've been through, you hate it with a passion. But you have learned more in this situation than you've probably learned in your entire life. It has probably helped you to shed a lot of your ego. It's probably helped you to have more integrity. It's probably done more for you than anything, because the hard cycles are the ones that help us. You're going to have simplicity. Things are just real simple. And you had a disappointment and you couldn't accept it gracefully. You were to say disappointed would be an understatement. And it had something to do with you taking the lead or not taking the lead. Maybe you were expecting to and couldn't. But you're going to have happiness even though you're not thriving and you don't know the truth. So there's somebody that's kept a truth from you. But going forward, you're going to have wisdom. You're going to be forgiving and forgetting, living life to the fullest. What truth did they keep from you? That's what I want to know. How can we find out, Spirit? Let's see what's in their heart. Their heart knows what truth they kept from you, doesn't it? What truth did this person keep? It was a realization. They had a realization, or didn't have one. They didn't realize something. What did they not realize? That you there was confession that needed to be made about not wanting to be in pain or not wanting to put somebody else through pain. Maybe you didn't want to you didn't realize that you needed to say, hey, look, I don't want to put you through pain. I didn't mean to put you through pain. I didn't realize I needed to tell you that I didn't mean to put you through pain. Okay? Well, how did you feel about putting them through pain? Ooh, that flew out. You felt like running. You just wanted to run. You knew that you were hurting this person and you wanted to run from it and just get away. So you ghosted them. You disappeared and you became unavailable. Remember, somebody was unavailable? Something how this could be someone like an ex or a past life love. How do you feel about this person now? You're at peace and you want to chase them. Okay. You're at your breaking point with something. What are you at your breaking point with? You want a new beginning so bad. You want to start over and do something new so desperately. And I think that's what Spirit's ultimate... Look, something's going to end. You're going to end something and you're going to say, I have to get away from this. I have to go. Bye. Farewell. I'm leaving this behind. I'm closing this chapter of my life. I have to close this chapter of my life. So there's no truth and no thriving, but you're going to have happiness. And you can't take the lead, okay? Something is simple, but you weren't able to accept disappointment gracefully. That's how it happened. Secretly, that's going on. And then you're going forward, you're going to have wisdom, forgive and forget, live life to the fullest. You're going to put all this shit behind you. You're going to be pure and have fulfillment. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you've been through a shit time. I get it. The shit times are where we grow. That's where we get our most growth. And this is saying that you're going to face your shadow, be of service, and make a plan. All right, let's look at your shadow real quick. Let's see what that looks like. What does our shadow look like, Spirit, that we need to face? Be honest with us. Give it to us like it is. What's the shadow that we need to face? Oh, a lot came out. Being superficial. Being childish. Being cold. And being scorned. Those are the shadows that need to be faced in this collective. Oh, and there's a money card in the wrong... Oh, there's money cards, y'all, in the wrong deck. Okay, no more medicating. You've not been able to work. Somebody needs to grow up, be persistent, even though they had a loss. So you had a loss. You had something destructive happen that was a loss. That you lost something. You could have lost your job. And you need to be persistent and grow up when it comes to not being able to work. And some of us need to stop the medicating. Money cards in the wrong deck. I mean, how did that even happen? They weren't in here the other day when I did these readings with these cards. That's wild. Alright, so y'all remember what your shadow, our shadow work is. Oh. That was wild. That was wild. Okay. This person over here, the one that withheld the truth, what would they say to you? The one that withheld the truth, what would they say to you? I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. So they're angry. Why are you angry? Thinking about you makes me emotional and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. So, it's not really so much that you're angry. It's that when I think about you, I get emotional and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. So you're angry, I think, because you can't tell somebody how you really feel. My heart is opening and I'm ready. And you make me lose my cool and I just don't know how to act in your presence. How are you feeling? My heart is opening and I'm ready and I don't know. So you don't know how you're feeling, but your heart is opening and you're ready. Remember, somewhere it was saying you needed to be able to identify with your feelings. That may have been in the reading you couldn't hear. And you deserve the best, and I respect you, and I want to do the right thing. What would this other person say to you if you're a cross watcher? This isn't about you. I'm working through a personal issue. Alright. Is that all you would say to them? I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests within a year or more, and I can't be apart from you much longer. And I won't stay very long. I'm sorry. So you're leaving somebody. You're going to ghost somebody. This isn't about you. So you would say, this isn't even about you. I can't be tied down right now. I'm interested in somebody else. And I want to do something with my life within the next year. And I can't be apart from them much longer. And I won't stay very long. I'm sorry. So they're leaving you to go see somebody, and they say they won't stay. Maybe they're going to stay within a year or more. I don't know. They're leaving, though. And you're saying you don't know how to feel. Your heart's open and you're ready. And you're upset. So somebody had an argument here. They got emotional and they didn't know how to open up and say how they felt because they don't know how they feel. All they know is their heart is open and they're ready. And the other person, I think that was you telling the other person. I don't think the other person knows what to say. Honestly, I think this is taking them completely by surprise. But, you know, it's okay to outgrow things. We keep seeing that in our messages, that it is okay to outgrow things. And maybe you've just outgrown this, person. This is a cycle that it's time for you to move on to the next chapter of your life. To make a plan, to be of service and face your shadow. And you saw what your shadow looked like. Is there anything else that this person would say? This person's got some interesting things to say. What would this person that lied to you say? I wish I could be fully honest with you, and people don't believe in me because you lie. Alright? What would the other person say in return? I can't handle your love. And you've triggered me. So they triggered you. They did something. They lied and it triggered you. Okay. Anything else you want to say? The passion is too much. Why is the passion too much? Because my life is a mess right now. It came out in reverse, so it's like it's saying, I can handle your love. I know there's a lot of passion. And my life's not a mess right now. I'm not blocked either. So you may have been blocked and they unblocked you. Alright. Somebody gets it. I don't question spirit. Let's pull tarot and go to bed. Because I got to get up in the morning. Alright, spirit. What are you doing here? How are you working in this collective when it comes to this situation? A lot. Spirit's doing a lot. Virgo's here, Sagittarius is here, and Leo are here. The Hermit. Somebody is soul searching. They're losing their cool, and it's because they're wanting to move towards something that would make them incredibly happy. And they're soul searching about how to do that. They've lost their control. It's like, I can no longer keep myself, you know, like, I have to stand by you. You've been there for me, and now it's time for me to be there for you. Okay, what's the energy to overcome? The Hierophant. So there could be a job or some kind of contract preventing you. You could be in different countries. The Hierophant, this could be religion. Your religion could be hindering you from doing what you want to do. And sometimes you have to break from tradition. What's going to pull it together? Injustice. Somebody's going to do you wrong. And then there's going to be hope. There's somebody, I'm hearing that song, somebody done somebody wrong song. Alright, we're just going to pull tarot on it and figure out what's going on here. Why are you soul searching? Why is Virgo here? Because somebody hurt you and they regret. This person hurt you, and they hurt you by not taking your love. And they're soul searching about how all the things you did and all the times you tried to show them love, they wouldn't take your love. They may have compared you to somebody else too. Alright, why have they lost their temperance? Because they're ready to move forward. They want to move on and do something new. Why is the Sun here? Because the King of Swords. We keep seeing him show up. The King of Swords, this is somebody who is in a yang cycle. The King of Swords is very much in a yang cycle. He gets things done. He could be someone in the legal field. He could be involved in something very ethical, very intellectual person, very deep thinker. It's no surprise that he showed up as the Hermit, because he tends to do a lot of soul searching. And he is like a judge. He's the one who can make those judicial decisions and be fair and not be biased. You know, he can really separate himself from the situation. And so that's what he's planning on doing, is separating himself and moving on from a situation where it caused heartache, maybe to him because someone wouldn't show him love, or because he wouldn't show them, somebody else, love. And why is the Hierophant the energy to overcome? Because of that temperance up there. Whoop! And the Devil came out. So somebody could have some problems with, this could be rehab or some kind of, the energy to overcome could be somebody needing to go to treatment, like for substance use. They could go to like a day program and get medication, or they could really be enslaved and controlled by whatever this represents. This could be their government, representing the government really controlling them. And why is the injustice over here? Because this is what, it will not end. It just will not end. Why is it not ending? Because you keep going back to the loss that's so haunting. You keep going back to that Five of Cups. Instead of moving away from it, you keep going back to the losses. Remember how it said you have to stop focusing on the losses and be grateful for this is the ungratefulness right here. The ungratefulness is what's keeping you stuck in the injustice that you're stuck in. And why is that bringing hope? I think you're going to get sick of it. I think that's what's going on over here. Because of stability. The Hanged Man. You're seeing instability differently. You're seeing the truth about some fighting and like you had a fight with somebody and just walked away. That could have been you having disappointment be very hard for you. That's what's going to bring you hope though. Pisces is here. Capricorn, Sagittarius is here twice. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, and who was that? Virgo. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Somebody is disappointed. Why are they disappointed? The Nine of Cups is in reverse. Because of the injustice. So what can they do about it? Just seeing it from a different perspective. That's what you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out what to do about this injustice. What are you leaning towards? Whoa. You're leaning towards, oh my God. There's a Knight of Cups, a King of Coins, Strength, the Seven of Cups, the Lover, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse with the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So there's a younger person and an older person here. There's also a Leo here, a Capricorn, a Virgo, Taurus. There's a Gemini here. There's a Leo and a Gemini here. And it looks like they might drink together. And it's not working. This situation is not working. You know you're stronger than this and that you've chosen this. You've chosen to be with somebody for money. And you're saying to yourself, I'm stronger than this. So what do you think you might choose to do about it? Stop fighting. Resolve conflict. And it has to do with an Empress. How are you going to resolve that conflict? You're just going to be determined to. I think you're going to stand up for this. How are you going to stand up for it? Because of the Ten of Cups being in reverse. Not showing this person a bit of love. Why did you do that to them? Whoa. Because you felt like you didn't have enough money. And you thought it was the right thing to do. Because you were having so many unexpected setbacks. Or they were. Somebody had a lot of really big time setbacks and had a lot of misfortune. And this was probably a surprise or a friend. And somebody didn't learn their lesson. There's that Empress again. So you're going to see the truth about maybe a friend who went through a really hard time and you weren't there for them. And you're going to finally stand up for this person and do the honorable thing. And it's because this is your family. And they inspire you. And so you are going to do the honorable thing. You're going to start focusing on hope and being blessed and passion. You're going to change a lot. This shadow work is going to turn you into a new person. And it's pretty much being, you're given no choice but to go through it because it's affecting your stability, your money, and it's affecting your relationships with the people in your life. Alright, I don't really think there's much more I can say about this. I think I'm going to get some guidance. What are the blocks here, Spirit, to this situation? What are the blocks that cause this? Seeking perfection. So you wanted everything to be perfect. And everybody has flaws. Choose 5 must-have and that are deal breakers. So just come up with 5 things that are deal breakers for you. Like, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't do this. And if they do any of those things, it's just not somebody, look, 2 more cards fell out. You try to fix them so they'll be perfect, and you send mixed signals. So you want somebody who's perfect, and you think you can fix them, and you send mixed signals. Alright, what's being hidden? This is this is too much. And what's being shown is like somebody thinks this is just too much. That you're fated to be alone. And what's going to happen next? You're going to feel unworthy. And be guarded. Why are you going to do that? Because of your expectations. And feeling unlovable. And you're too busy. What's the truth about this person's spirit? That they have trauma that makes them feel incomplete. Whatever you went through when you were younger, and it also makes you too passive. It's like you're afraid to get involved, and you have such high expectations. You must have had parents that really disappointed you. That could be the disappointment that you couldn't take gracefully, was the way your parents disappointed you. That's what it feels like I'm kind of getting from this. Alright, let's look at how this is affecting your cash. How is this affecting the money? You're an artist. What do you mean they're an artist? That's where the perfectionism comes in. Why are you saying this? Because you can't be at peace with yourself as an artist until you stop being a perfectionist. And you won't talk to anybody either. What would happen if you opened up? You would write something. You might send somebody something in writing. Why would you write? What would you write? You would say, I don't know how to juggle all of this. Or I'm sorry I juggled you. What else would you say? I lost my patience. What else? I'm unhappy. So you would say, I've lost my patience with trying to juggle too much, and I'm just not happy. And what would they say in return? They would say, you have stability and you're not alone. Did you hear that? And you would be surprised. What would you say in return? But I'm not self-made. I'm not the one who's creating this stability. You are. That's why you're so unhappy. And look, there's an entertainer who's in reverse. Why is the entertainer in reverse? Because of the strategy and the rebel. And being persistent. Somebody's strategically going to be a rebel. And they're going to be persistent outcome of this strategy. You don't see it. What do they not see? that you're not planning on being persistent. Outcome of not planning on persistence. You have a gift. What about the gift? Or somebody might give you a gift. You're not going to celebrate, and you're not going to get grounded. And transportation is here. What do you need to do differently? You're settling. What do you mean settle when it comes to your transportation? And you need to look for your soul tribe. There's something you need to settle about your transportation. Alright. So you're an artist, but you're a perfectionist, and you can't do art if you're perfection, because it's never good enough, and you'll never show anyone. You'll just keep scribbling and destroying. Alright, spiritual gifts. This is going to be a time of mending someone's broken heart. What else? You're going to meditate, and the Lovers came out. I'm hearing one more time. Your coins came out. Wow, beautiful. Once more. Your family tree, your third eye, and nature. You definitely need to get grounded. Time for you to get grounded. What gives you that grounding that you really need? Alright, I'm going to pull one more thing. Spirit said to come over here and get these. And then we're going to close. I so much appreciate you all being here. I will be back. I have to go to Miss Mary's Friday night, but I'll be back Saturday and Sunday to do our regular reading. Okay, Spirit. What is the guidance? That didn't take but a second. I mean, it came out pretty quickly without much help from me at all. Number 22, free spirit. When we have an active imagination, we can forget to use it for dreams and instead let it create nightmares. There's something that you've been worrying about. There's no need to torment yourself. Let go of any thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs that are based in fear. They are not helpful, necessary, or accurate. Everything has a positive and loving purpose, even if we cannot see or know what it is right away. You will find a loving solution comes to you easily and at the perfect time as you choose to avoid fearful thinking. Let yourself be free to feel positive about your future and know that everything is going to be okay. And remember, you weren't doing that, and that was what was holding you back. You were not grateful for the cycle you were in. Finch Spirit Guide number 11. If you've enjoyed this reading, please let me know by taking a moment to like it and let me know that, and that helps to get the video out to more people. It's a good time to experiment with how to best care for your mind, body, and soul. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works best for you. You are in a phase of your life where giving back to yourself is important. Perhaps you have been sharing a lot of yourself with others, have come through a challenging time, or in the near future will be stepping up to share more creativity and soul fire than ever before. All that you need to know now is that it's the right time to take especially good care of you. And be your own hero, number 15. Don't wait for somebody to complete you. You have to be able to be complete without somebody else. And then you're truly ready to be with somebody else. Believe that you are worthy of an amazing life. You don't need to feel guilty or hold yourself back to make anyone else feel comfortable. You don't need to be timid or uncertain, worrying that you're becoming too much for someone else or asking too much of the universe. Living a great life is not about competition with anyone else. Living a great life helps inspire others to do the same. It doesn't take anything away from anyone else. If your dreams both excite and scare you, that's a good thing. Give yourself permission to go for it. Go after what you want with a happy heart. It's time for you to do you. I think you've been doing what everyone else has expected of you, and you've been living out of this place of pain and out of this place of obligation, feeling obligated to do whatever. God help us. I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to worry about that right now. It's like you're obligated to do things for whoever because that's what's expected of you. But you can't live on other people's expectations. They have their own path and you have yours. And it's time for you to take your path, wherever that might lead you. Alright, what would your best friend say? To do your best, you must rest. Invest in the new. So it's time to go to bed and invest in the new. And I know you guys are going to be extremely disappointed and upset with me because I don't have time tonight to do Q&A. As much as I would like to, I really need to go to bed. Okay? It's not that I don't want to do it, but I just don't have the energy. I worked last night until 9 o'clock, and I worked tonight until about 7. I didn't have anything for dinner but an ice cream. And I'm just so exhausted. So, I'll be back Saturday and Sunday. I'll set the notifications up early, and you guys will know exactly when to expect me, so you can try to plan your activities around that, hopefully, so you'll be able to join me. Typically, I try to go live about 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock at night in India. And I guess the West Coast is like 3 hours behind us, so it might be a little early for you guys, but if you can join me, please do. I try to make it so it's a good time for everyone, and I think it works out pretty well. Haven't had any complaints. Alright, I'm falling asleep. I love you guys. Take care. Thank you. Let me know you liked the video if you liked it. Thank you, Kailash, for being here. Sharisha, thank you for being here. I saw Nishi here. I saw so many of you here, and I'm so, so grateful for you. I'm going to go back and watch it later, and I'll look at the comments and see all your comments. I look at them all. I can't comment back. It won't let me. But just know that I do read them all, and I love you all, and I appreciate you participating and showing me so much support. It means the world to me. Truly it does. Okay? You guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.